So everyone, buy the book yourself if you seek to prove me wrong, especially if you're black. You should have no problem with that. I got it for about 50, 60 bucks. The more you buy, the more they're likely to make more. So, they also have probably a Kindle version. Anyway, so we go to 165. Now, let me just clear something up because the last video, it left you kind of confused. This ends by saying, while no direct connection between these societies and uprisings has been documented, Jules Itier suggests that part of the elite's preoccupation with real society was their potential to organize open revolts. So, the royal families have always been concerned with secret societies for various reasons. And there are people like me who are good people, there are bad people, and there are secret societies full of bad people fighting with the other bad people for power, to make a long story short and put it in a nutshell. Now listen very carefully. I invite all of you to listen carefully and to consider the points I've been making since 2009 and the martial art points I've been making since maybe 2010 or 11. It appears that these societies, It appears that these societies played a judicial role in the inner workings of the bonded community and punished infractions of their code. Capoeira societies enforced a code of conduct, and like other paramilitary societies, these Maltas enacted violence through ritually prescribed methods. Kind of like Big Brother's Big Brother, right? Versus some, nonsense hippie bitch shit. Now this next part is key. And right now you probably hear that, I don't know if you hear that playing outside, What a coincidence, right? While Biafran societies utilized the dreaded four-bladed leopard knives. So what did the Biafran societies use? They use four-bladed leopard knives, man. Call me crazy, but transferable skills kind of are important when someone has a four-bladed leopard knife, You kind of want to be able to dodge and block before they rip you open, I mean, come on. And they're doing this in America, not just in Africa. So to kind of say, well, martial arts is universal, well, not only they're in America, some of these guys have Spanish names and Portuguese names or whatever, for the love of God. Okay? Now, going back, while Biafran societies utilized the dreaded four-bladed leopard knives, capoeiras punished malefactors with deft actions of their kicks, headbutts, and blades. So the punishment was dealt out in a ritual manner. Let me read this again for you. And it was all strikes, just like striking the church bell, just like striking the drum. It appears that these societies played a judicial role in the inner workings of the bonded community and punished infractions of their code. Capoeira societies enforced a code of conduct, and like other paramilitary societies, these Maltas, which are black gangs, the first gangs in the Americas since the whites that were recognized for extreme violence, enacted violence through their ritually prescribed methods. While Biafran societies utilized the dreaded four-bladed leopard knives, remember leopard society, Shaka Zulu, the leopard hunts, the great spaghetti, it doesn't take a genius to see that's African thought, that, the greatest leaders in a tribe are martial artists and warriors, and that these secret societies make sure that that is part of the cult or culture. These are the guys who make sure you bow down to people like me. That is their job, and they're not doing it. Instead, they're trying to make me to bow down to the white man, and every last one of you knows it. Organized groups of armed men loyal to a code they no longer have, and a community that were unrelated and at their core ideologically opposed to European domination and the system of chattel slavery could only be viewed as a threat to the existing social order. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. They're like, look, we have a social order. Chukwuemeka is the rightful heir to the top martial artist title through his actions and his bloodline. For anyone to challenge that, read the book. At times, other martial arts would even bow out for people like me. That hasn't happened, and I don't want it to happen. In the Igbo tradition, I will earn my rightful place. But if you cheat me out of it and try and keep doing what you're doing with the drugs, the fuming, the inconvenience, the sabotaging my car, making it hard for me to get the nutrition and the water I need, then you are challenging our social order with your new world order, and that is not okay. Even W.E.D. Bob describes the root doctor as the healer of the sick, the interpreter of the unknown, the comforter of the sorrowing, the supernatural avenger of the wrongs, this is page 110, and the one who rudely but picturesquely expressed the longing, disappointment, and resentment of a stolen and oppressed people. Thus, trick doctors sought to cure the symptoms of bondage through using medicinal knowledge to cure disease, using their knowledge to earn a sizable income, using special plants that would cause fade sickness so the person could avoid work. Or controlling the excess of white oppression through the threat of spiritual vengeance or poison. So a lot of these secret societies developed these tactics they use in a time where people were really oppressed. And now we have these phony oppressed groups when Hollywood is run by gays and feminists, right? They pretend to be oppressed. They use the secret societies to place their members. I mean, come on, you all know them, right? You all know them, right? You all know that I am the rightful top martial artist, traditionally African country. We're all African, you know, different peoples that all originate in Africa. And this is martial arts tradition in America. And in the book, you will also see the other martial artists historically challenged the Igbo capoeiristas, and they got laid out and, you know, and defeated, and they conceded the point. It's very disrespectful for your forefathers to concede our point, and then for you to turn around and say our martial arts are ineffective and deny me my rightful place, using the same secret societies that were meant to ensure my rightful place, and I will never forgive you for it. That is a violation of everything that is sacred. That is like slapping God. You are the enemy.